Hi everybody. Today we are going to be seeing the topic is software process and the software development lifecycle models. What do you mean by software? Mean we have to create one application with the help of much of source and source codes. We have to introduce how to process that software with the help of that software process development cycles. Project mean you are going to implement something newly. You are going to be apply your knowledge through the help of these kinds of projects. So process is you are going to be make a sequence of steps executed to achieve your goal. That is the first one task. Next project is you are going to be make up your one solution. You are going to be make a solution for one problem. What are you going to implement? What are the implementation tools utilized for your implementation? What are you going to implement? Then what are you apply for your implementation works? That is the main process of your project. That is the project is defined, your fix up of the time, your scope, your whatever the expected resources, everything for your accomplishment of one task. So process means you are going to be accompanied with all the categories of this project. So first thing you are going to be make a crystal clear on what is the scope of your project, how to make a process for to achieve your goal. The second one is whatever the components is applicable for your software process. Components is likewise you are going to be make a planning process, you are going to be make a design process, you are going to be make a apply process, then how define that all the categories, then how implement, then test, then release. Every aspect you are going to be apply for your components of your software process. So collectively it is called that software process. Recollection for this software process, project and the components of software processes. The first task of your software development lifecycle models. Make a one model with the help of these kinds of first process. The second one is, this is structure, the software process, then the product engineering process. Product is nothing but you are going to be create one product. You are going to be implement some newly achievement of the goals. Then your management process, it helps to develop your process, your project process, it will be update your software configuration management process also. This is your software processes. So how you are going to be develop your projects, make a project management, it will be help to focus your evolution of the changes. How kind of novelty it will be applicable for nowadays. Based on that existing systems, we have to make a renewal process. That's called that whatever the evolution of changes you are going to be made for your process. That is called that software configuration control process. Software configuration control process means you are going to be control that earlier aspect problems, then you are going to be rectify that with the help of that newly produced novelty terms. The next one, basic objective of your process project mean how to improve that process. The earlier systems also produce that problem solution. Nowadays also you are going to be make a solution for that problems. But what is the rationality is between that existing as well as your nowadays process mean the improvement strategies. The improvement strategies is the relationship between your major component process. This is your improvement strategies. The distinct role is applied. That typical activities also apply, how to perform with the help of that people's intendencies. The first one performed by programmers, second one performed by designers, third one performed by testers. That is called that the combinations of component of process is applicable in SDLC's pre-process. The next one, the main category is software development life cycle model. This is the structure. You are going to be make a one project with the help of that software, with the help of this model. Whatever you are going to be doing with the help of only that models. That model is the initialization process for your software. First you should plan, then define, design, build, then test, then deploy. That means release to your public without any errors. A rational outcome you are going to be produced. This is the typical software development life cycle. It consists of the following stages. Planning, we know very well about that. Before going to initiate anything, you should have that perfect planning. Whatever that requirement, how much amount we need to purchase for that requirement, then how much persons we need for the implementation of the work in the stipulated time period. Everything we have to calculate priorly before going to implement any work. That is fully behalf of the planning and the requirement analysis. Planning and requirement analysis consists of the most important fundamental stage in SDLC. Before consist of your planning, we got able to undergo the service in the proper angle. That's why the first thing is you are going to be performed by the senior members of the team. Whatever we have to implement, that consists of some team of members. That is, the team should consist of the senior peoples also, junior peoples also. We should get that solution, the clarifications from the help of the senior team peoples. Then only we have to make a planning in the perfect way. That's called that get an input from the seniors from your team. That is the first one. The next one is your defining requirement. This defining requirement is a very interesting thing that consists of the SRS. That means software requirement specification. Whatever you are going to be implement, what is the supporting aspect you want? The supporting file, supporting softwares, whatever you want, that is fully behalf of your software requirement specification. In the software specification, it consists of the pure document process. How you are going to implement one project, whatever the requirements you need for accomplishment of one project with a perfect way. Everything it will be give only the help of your SRS. This project life cycle it will be give the perfect guidelines for us. In the software engineering subject is a core subject for your computer science field. The software is simulating the universe amazingly only with the help of this kinds of perfect SRS report. You are making SRS report for your projects. Whatever you implement, SRS report is a very mandatory thing. This SRS is consists of your product's requirement. This is the SRS is called the defining requirements. Next one, designing the product architecture. The designing the architecture is consists of your design document specification. There what we have to specify, software requirement specification. Here design document specification, DDS. This design documentation specification is consists of every project is consists of different model structures. That consists of styles. That styles you are going to be make sure you inspire. The pleasant feel you are going to be put for that inspired people with the help of this DDS. This DDS reviewed by the important stakeholders. Stakeholders, you know very well about that. The perfect clients are stakeholders. Client always give their requirements to the project team. Based on that client requirement, we have to produce the solutions perfect way with the help of that perfect team members in the project coordinators team. The design approach clearly defines the architectural modules. What basis they expect, which duration they want that perfect outcome. Everything that will be discussed with the help of the DDS. So DDS is reviewed by all the important stakeholders. Overall, the clients for the project, everybody's have that the expectation styles, everything they describe in this DDS. Based on the DDS, it will be produced. That's called the minute test details in the DDS. Next, building or developing the product. How you are going to be build the product? Only with the help of that perfect programming language. This is fully supports the programming language. Whatever that C language, C++ language, Java language, HTML language, include web development languages, PHP, whatever the language you are going to be inculcate with the help of the building the development of the product. Any language you have to take suitable for your work, you have to accomplish with the help of that product development problem. The DDS during this stage, it will be performed in the detailed as organized manner. That means the model designed. Based on that model, how much code you are going to be generated. How much source lines of codes you want to generate that perfect one model. That model consists of lot of modules. Each module is consists of different kinds of sources of codes. Different kinds of source lines of codes means SLOCs. Here, testing. After the accomplishment of your work, you are going to be produced to the testing department. They evaluate, this is perfect coding lines, this is exact logic, everything they determined with the help of their software qualities. Then they deploy it. That means release to the public is a market. Market they how maintain, how service, how they evolve their services, everything. That is called the user acceptance testing. Where all users mean we utilize, we give their feedback to the developers. Then only they have to make sure about they completed that the product is useful manner for the public or not, they determined. Based on that user's feedback, that is called that UAT, user acceptance testing. We all test, then release to the public, they utilize for our convenience. Then HDLC models is consists of lot of models. First one is waterfall model, second one prototyping, third one iterative, fourth one relational unified process, fifth one time boxing model, predefined extreme programming, seventh one agile process. This is the most popular HDLC models nowadays. The waterfall model is consist of the analysis, design, implementation, test, everything is available. That is requirement analysis, your planning, your design. Based on the design, you implement, you test, you deploy, then maintenance. The deploy is released to the public. So waterfall model is consist of your whatever that is sequential model. It consists of sequential model. It consists of your development of, if one phase starts, mean the previous phase is also completed. One phase starts only when the previous phase is completed, because of this nature of this phases waterfall model. That is quite precious. That requirement analysis means planning, you know very well about that. This is also consists of plus and minuses. This consists of that in a simple way, but we are going to be understand, use everything in a simplified manner. Then waterfall works well, but it consists of that appropriate results also. This is also consists of some cons. What is the cons means? Cannot adapt to change the requirement. First, you are going to be make a plans. Based on that plan only, you are going to be implemented. You are dynamically not able to make some changes in your requirements. There is a main disadvantages. Here is a challenges as well as risks also available. So conclusion is, you are very important, take that to sign up these deliverables. The next one is prototyping model. This prototyping model is instead of your freezing of requirements. In your waterfall model, we can't able to make the changes, that means dynamic way. Here you are going to be freezing the requirements before a design or coding, whatever may be. So when compared to the waterfall model, prototyping is one step forward. The software development model, this is also consists of the same, but it consists of some attractive idea also. Whatever the complicated knowledge systems is available, no manual process or existing system to make here. The prototype, we know very well about, this consists of some rules and regulations. We follow the rules and regulations. Based on that, we make a prototype. The goal will be achieved by the users. This is a prototyping model used. This is the diagram for your prototype model. The same requirement gathering, your design, not only simple design here, quick design. Then building a prototype, that means rules and regulations you have to create. Then product, engineer the product, then refine your products. Then whatever the customers they utilize, they evaluate that. So start to start, it will be consist of your prototype model. This consists of advantages, mean the working model of a system is provided. Based on the working model of a system is used. A real-time example for this means that you use test cases, you know very well about that. A lot of coding strategies we know, like code tantra now you are utilizing. The code tantra is consist of a lot of test cases. Based on the test cases, we have to make a coding, we have to make a logic in the particular program. That is called the prototype. So model is this, the skeleton is given for you, that is use case. The skeleton is given for you. Based on that skeleton, you have to apply your whatever the input, whatever the variables you want, then you interchange the logic, you get the solutions. Lot of solutions we have to make sure with the help of the skeleton models of the test cases. There is a real-time example for your advantages of prototype model. This is also consists of some disadvantages. That means you are repairing, how you are going to be tailoring task, it will be difficult. That is called the disadvantages. Then when to use prototype model mean whatever the lot of interaction of the end of users. For example, you are going to be share your one additional structure of the process, mean the time we are going to be utilize the prototype model. That mean students projects, students utilization platforms that should be shared by lot of team members, means the time the prototype model will be enhanced. The next one is iterative model. This is another kind of life cycle model, iterative model. Iterative is the meaning, you know very well about that. Number of times you have to execute the same instructions. That's called the iterative model. So first one, iterative life cycle model doesn't attempt to start with a full of specifications of requirement. For example, you are going to be measuring one picture. This is your expected outcome. For this expected outcome, how you are going to be initiated? We have seen the lot of advertisements also via social media. How you are going to be make this picture with the help of these all the steps. This is same here, the iterative model. First you have to start one pixel. Then you have to make a lot of combinations of pixels. Then how much ratio of pixels. Then how much size you follow for to make sure that picture. Then final outcome it will be produced. So this is the example for your iteration model. Instead of your development of the begins, it specifies the implementation task. So short tricks also provides for this iterative model. Then diagram is iterative model. The design 0, it will be implemented, it will be analyzed, then again design 1, then implement 1, analysis 1, again given to your design and implement and analysis. They will be going on in the infinitive terms. That is the iterative model. It's a kind of life cycle model. The advantages is, this is a high level design. We are going to implement before your actual design. We make a trials also with the help of this iterative model. Design a skeleton version. What I said earlier is skeleton designs. The skeleton designs is available. Rules also available. Based on that, you are going to be make a design. Then iterative model build and improve your product in a step-by-step manner. So step-by-step strategies we follow to accomplish your expected outcome. This avoids your downward flow of defects. Then iterative model we can get the reliable users feedback also. Then presenting sketches, blueprints, then the product to the users, feedback, everything it will be effectively asking with the help of that. Disadvantages is iteration is rigid, that is no more overlaps available. This is a costly system also. The next one, when will you use this iterative model? A clearly defined understanding the project is beginning, you utilize this iterative model. Okay. Next, a relational unified process. A relational unified process is a software development process. It is a division of IBM also. This is mainly interested in inception, elaboration, construction, transition. Inception means the idea for the project, it will be stated. That is your inception. That means development team, they determine about that what they are trying to tell. That means the client information should be gathered in a key sensitive way. That is called the inception. Next, elaboration. Elaboration means architecture. How much of the developers they consider for your possible applications of the software. I mean cost discussion, everything is way off of your elaboration. Construction means you are written, you are tested, everything, documentation process is completely over, that is construction. Transition means release it to the public, that is transition. That means release it to the end users. The rational unified process. The rational unified process is a software development process from the IBM. The development process into 4 distinct phases. That is called the inception, elaboration, construction, transition. This methodology provides a structured way for companies to envision, create software programs. This is structured way to create to the software programs. Phases of your RUP, inception, elaboration, construction, transition. This is your life cycle objective. Elaboration is life cycle architecture. Your construction, initial operational capability, then product release. So life cycle objective mean commit your resources for elaboration. Commit your resources for elaboration. Life cycle architecture mean commit resources for construction. Commit resources for construction. Initial operation capability mean customer ready to receive. That is the product nature. Product release mean customer acceptance. That mean end of product, it will be released to the public, end of sale. Next, time boxing model. Time boxing model is a iterative enhancement model. When compared to RUP, it is a one step forward model, time boxing model. Iteration is done in a time box of fixed duration. The functionality to be developed is adjusted. For example, a time boxing model is utilized in the advertisement section. You are seeing one programs, reality show or any web series like in your television mean, it will be going on. First 10 minutes it will be going on. After one pass will be given. That pass duration you have to release that lot of advertisements. Within that stipulated time period itself, the advertisement will be going on. So that time the time boxing model is works. So in your multimedia side, the time boxing model is enormously utilized. This is a real-time example for this. You are watching the television, or as you are watching, for example, you are seeing that a lot of videos in your social medias. You are seeing that video very interestingly, immediately, spontaneously, what advertisement screens really shows in your vision. The time, the particular time duration will be compulsorily you are going to be seen. After that, sometime it will be given that is skip option. Everybody's view, everybody's seen also, utilize also. That is the time boxing model. This is a dedicated team for your each stage to that work can be done in the pipeline. Pipelining, you know very well about that. Consecutive step of actions we have to make it. So pipelining is will be incorporating the use of this model, time boxing model. So this consists of advantages: speed up before development, speed up the development of the process. That means shortens your delivery time. That is the main advantage. Shortens your delivery time. The disadvantages mean this is more complex. No suited to your projects. That is entirely for your development work. It cannot be divided into multiple iterations. That is consecutive break, consecutive pass means that is not good for the work of the product. That is the disadvantages of this time boxing model. This is the time boxing model pictorial representation. This workflow illustration it will be shows about that how it analyze, implement, deploy. Again the same analyze, implement, deploy, analyze, implement. It will be going on. When compared with the existing system, your iterative process also ditto for this model. So same like that, but workflow illustration is a little bit similar. Then your extreme programming. Extreme programming means we conceived and developed to address the specific needs of your software development by small teams in face of vague and changing requirements. So extreme programming is the agile software development methodology. It provides the values and principles to guide the team behavior. Then the team is expected of self-organized. Extreme programming provides specific core practices, where each practice is simple and self-complete. Combinations of practices produces more complex and emergent behavior. The encourage change mean extreme programming is the cost of changing a program can be held mostly constant over time. This can be achieved with your short iterations. Short iterations means based on the feedback. So extreme programming is a nutshell. It consists of design, redesign, coding and testing frequency, eliminating defects early, keeping customer involved throughout the development, then delivering work product to the customer. Everything is behalf of your extreme programming. Extreme programming is consists of writing unit test, best programming, and keeping all the tests running at all times. Then programming in pairs, that mean called pair programming. That means two programmers in one screen. One program you are going to be implementing, two performers they made for that program. Then integrating and testing the whole system several times a day. Then putting minimal work system into the production quickly. Keeping the customer involved all the time and obtaining constant feedback. This is a pictorial representation of your extreme programming plan as usual. Design, code, test, and then product implement is the new one thing here, extreme programming. So your task, story card, task code, everything is the planning strategy. Then make a simple design, then refactor. The code is also available. For your users' convenience, for your clients' requirement based, they are make sure about the refactoring, code rechanging, then pair programming. That means one logic it will be implemented by the two programmers, pair of programs. The unit test, continuous integration, acceptance test. Testing is over mean the acceptance of the test. Then product increment. That is extreme programming is the effective principles and practices to the extreme levels. So code views are effective as the code is reviewed all the time. Whatever the code implemented, the code it will be reviewed all the time. Testing is effective as there is continuous regression and testing. Design is effective as everybody needs to do that refactoring daily. Integrating testing is important as integrate and test several times a day. Your short iterations are effective as a planning game for release planning and iteration planning. This is the effective practices. Effective practices push it to the extreme. That means extreme programming practices. Code reviews push it to the extreme. Bad programming. Testing push it to the extreme. Unit testing and continuous regression. Your design push it to the extreme. Precedent refactoring. Simplicity push it to the extreme. Everything is pushed to the extreme. Simple design, simple code, and the code only that is required. Short iterations push it to the extreme, the same, the planning game. So bottom-up approach is enabled here. In your software industry, the rapid development, immediate responsiveness to the customers. Customers are clients. Focus on your low defect rates. System returning constant and consistent value to the customer. High customer satisfaction. Reduced cost, the team cohesion and the employee satisfaction, everything is your extreme programming practices. So extreme programming advantages is slipped schedule. That means number of cycles is enormously work out for your timely deliveries. Then your stop projects and the cost incurred in your changes. How much cost you are going to be tested. How much source lines of codes you are going to be write, how much programmers you need for your implementation. So every complete functionality it should be determined by the help of this extreme programming advantages. So production and post delivery defects, then misunderstanding of the business. For example, the client's requirement is not satisfied for the project team, that means the misunderstanding it will be happens. The business change, the staff turnover, everything is behalf of that RUP. The agile process model is a file one model, incremental model is a software quality maintained with the help of only the software. The development lifecycle models, the best thing is the kickoff. That means you are whatever the test sprint it will be planning based on this. This is a pictorial representation for the deployment of the agile model. Agile model is the customer satisfaction by rapid. This continuous delivery of useful software always. The people and the interactions are emphasized rather than your process and tools. Though agile process model is recent developed model, this is a perfect development life cycle model when compared to all the strategies. So face-to-face conversations is the best form of your communication that should be applicable in your agile process model. This is a software process, the software development life cycle. The software development life cycle is 7 categories. There's depth, design and